I'm Kris Walker, and I'm a freelance photographer. Kris Walker Photography is my business name. I've been in the business for a very long time, and I'm hitting a pivot point, which is why I'm here to talk to you guys and get some great ideas. I discovered photography in college at Western back in the day. I took an elective course and then was able to get an apprenticeship where during that time of 4 years, it was the biggest commercial studio in Kalamazoo. Used to be in the Park Trade Center. We had 5,000 square feet of space. We had 3 photographers. We had a rep, in-house darkroom, in-house film lab, the whole deal. And during that time, we did everything under the sun and related to advertising and marketing photography. Everything from headshots to location to product, fashion, food for Kellogg's, a wide variety of those kinds of projects back in the film days. And for most of my career as a freelance photographer, I've been focused on architecture and interiors, which my clients are primarily right now companies like AVB or Tower Pinkster, if you've seen their stuff around. When they finish a project, they need to get it documented and showcased so they can use that to tell the story to sell to other people. So I go in and photograph stuff for them. Same with interior designers, custom home builders like Duluth or block builders. When they finish up a project, then I'll go in and photograph all of those things to help with that. And then I even do some real estate, usually out on the South Haven Lakeshore, some of those really big, not always big, but some of those lakeshore kind of homes and things like that. But most of that is what I've been doing with is the architecture. However, going back to my apprenticeship and then throughout the years, I've done a lot of other areas of photography focusing on marketing and advertising stuff. And usually it's been one-off, two-off kinds of projects where someone knows that I'm a photographer and they say, hey, can you do X? Headshots. Can you get me a headshot kind of a thing? Guy, I just did that, who's a high school buddy from way back in the day and called me up and says, my financial planning firm needs new headshots. Can you do that? Yeah, I can do that. I've got all this experience. And it's all specializing on images that businesses need to promote whatever it is that they're doing. So this is the kind of work that I'm currently doing when it talks about architecture. This is a hotel in Grand Rapids. This was a brand new luxury apartment complex in Lansing. This was an amazing lakeshore home over up by Saugatuck. So I've worked with magazines and big things. So I have a pretty good clientele. But what I really would like to do is pivot and do more of the kind of photography that involves smaller businesses. So, and these little projects that I keep getting a little bit of referrals to. So the two where I think I have the most potential is food and beverage. And that includes like restaurants, not just the food, but like the interiors and the headshots of the chef and all of that stuff. And then any sort of product work for somebody's website. But the question is, how do I find and connect with the potential clients? So here's a couple of food shots that I did. These were for a Michigan Home and Lifestyle magazine. This was one of those where they hired me to do the home and they said, we've got this restaurant in Grand Rapids. You're gonna be over there. Can you go to the restaurant and do some food photography? Sure, I could do that. This is more like model-based product shots. Last year, I started working with Mackenzie's Bakery, which is where this shot came from. This is an older referral from a guy that I knew and says, hey, can you help one of my clients with some yeah, sure, I can do that. And this is a recent product of some the mill down in Vicksburg. They're doing a whole bunch of renovation in Vicksburg, so this is some of their merchandise for that. So I've had the opportunity to do these little things, and I would like to do more. I've tried chamber, social media, Facebook, BNI. The chamber takes a while. Social media isn't quite where my audience is. If I was a wedding photographer or portraits or babies, that's where it would all be. And BNI didn't really give me referrals. So the big question that every business has, right, is how do I connect with the businesses that want my service? And what's unique to me is that I can do for a lot of business. There are probably 100 businesses right now today that if I could walk in front of them says, yes, I need what you have. But it's such a wide variety of trying to find, do I have an insurance agent that needs headshots, or this small manufacturer that needs some product stuff for their website, or this new deli that would like to showcase their new menu. So it's with architecture. Okay, my time's up. So thank you.